Hey, this is Ruben Lowing. Sunday afternoon. This is my leadership talk. I'm actually going to talk about yesterday. I had to go to the office. First time I've been to the office since March, since this whole COVID thing started. And I had a 7-step on Zoom, and it was a couple. I knew the husband. He's like 48, and the wife's like 30. He's a mechanic. She's just graduated with her master's in speech pathology. She makes good money. I don't know what he makes, but she doesn't know much about finances and had a lot of questions about where to put the money, her money, and all that. Good questions. And as I'm going through the Saving Your Future book, it hit me that I've been speaking to the wrong demographic. I've been speaking to baby boomers, right? But when you look at, there's 10,000 baby boomers a day turning 65. You look at the implosion with Social Security and no more corporate pensions, right? And this whole budget deficit is going crazy. The baby boomers leaving the workforce, all right, and all that's going to have to be carried by the millennials. Right now, there's as many millennials as there are baby boomers, but they're not making the money the baby boomers were making. Right? There's not as much opportunity out there because of outsourcing, going overseas, and the automation. There's just not in those areas that they're not. So what do you got to do? You gotta get be entrepreneurial. You got to be, it's about sales. And even like Tesla is trying to get rid of salespeople. They think they want their product to sell it all, sell itself. Okay, that'll work until they get competition. Okay, that's going to work until they get competition. All right, you hear me? Okay. So that's the ticket. It's the millennials that, and they seem to be the ones that are the most receptive and most receptive of the information, of the financial information. Right. So and then there's a quote. I don't know who made this quote, but your goals don't care about your feelings. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm like, there's a lot of teaching about the system, using the tools, the counter, the Saving Your Future book, the in Zoom, we're this is a new tool for us, right? And we're way ahead of everybody else. And but so it's like, this is for the right people. We got the right information. Okay. That what I wrote down was I said a prayer right before the training started, and what came to me as Schwan Wynn was talking, he says, what I see is like throwing seeds in a field and not watering and fertilizing until they take root and start growing. Okay, now that sounds like counterintuitive, right? Especially when you're a farmer, right? But these aren't seeds. We're talking about people, okay? And the ones that raise their hands and I got a dream. I have a vision. I want to do better. Okay, that's how they they show themselves. Okay. Now there's something else that hit me during the training was the subconscious mind. Okay. And your subconscious, most people's subconscious mind is running their show until they take control of it. They consciously take control of it. They realize that their subconscious mind, and only when people realize this. So if I'm telling you this and you never realized this before, right, it might change your life. Okay. But when you realize that your subconscious mind is always trying to get control back to, because it's got things set up in its routines, right, and habits, right, that don't serve you, they serve your subconscious, right? Which all your subconscious is that accumulation of things throughout your life that you become comfortable with. Okay, just what you hear David Coggins say, you got to be uncomfortable, right? Well, what he's really saying is you got to get out of your comfort zone, right? What you got to do is you got to break the inertia, all right? You've got to, the status quo is going to keep you where you're at. Okay, what's comfortable is going to keep you where you are at. But what's uncomfortable is only just unknown, things you've never done before. There's something that said, there ain't no mountain for a climber. I was on the phone with my associate that's a millionaire. he's got like over 1,000 names, all right, on his list. I'm like, okay, you start talking to them, right? But he's not worried. He's done this before. This is he's done this a bunch of times. This is how he became a millionaire, right? I'm in sales, been in sales for a long time. I know the numbers work, and you just keep talking and talking and talking and talking to people. Sometimes you got to keep talking to them. You're basically training them about what you're calling about, and they know what you expected, right? And they know what you're looking for. You got to tell them what you're looking for, right? But they know what you're looking for, and they know when it's you. If they want to talk to you, they're going to talk about business, right? They're going to talk about who you can talk to. Okay, who can you help? So that's basically all this is. But we have way things are with the Zoom, with the counter. Okay, you've got all those tools for that. So that's exciting. That's very exciting. The whole getting through people. You're either gonna find the one that's gonna just like all of a sudden gonna do this 1,000 names on his list and start talking to them. As soon as they know the words, they're off to the races, right? And then there's those other ones that you got to keep because they've never done this before, and they're watching you. Oh yeah, they're watching you. If you start getting discouraged and you start pushing, all right, you sound desperate. And when you sound desperate, Swan Win, I don't want to adapt. I want to lead. Okay, that was a big epiphany for me. Okay, what's the special forces saying? Adapt and overcome, right? When that's happening, you're lagging. Okay, you're being led. Okay, when you innovate, right? When you create, right? That's when you're leading. Okay, when you're, doing it. You're not doing what everybody else is doing. Okay, you're not doing it, and that's us. We're not doing what everybody else is doing. If you do this business right, you make consumers, or you make customers, you make clients. You get somebody who's got debt issues. They've got, they don't have a budget. They're spending more money than they're making, right? And you help them get that in order. You take the time at that very basic level. All right. You may just find enough money for them where they're breaking even. All right. Or they're starting to knock down their debt. Okay. But it's further than they were before. And when that debt's knocked down, or they start making more money, all right, then, and if they'll feel comfortable about referring you, and they refer you to somebody, like, hey, dude, let's make this work for you. Get your code number, get your license, and just keep doing what you're doing, and I'll build your business. Okay, until my tongue is hanging out, and I gotta say, okay, you need to get your license, you need to start doing this, okay? And that's but we'll do that. We can do that. Don't just fold up your planner and give them your card and say, okay, call me when you start making some money. That ain't gonna do it. You gotta help them. Okay. And then if you've got a database of customers or prospects and they got a business, all right, or they're looking for a better job or whatever, all right, help them out. I got a few people out there that I've done that with, still waiting for them to come around and reciprocate, right? But whatever. They feel good about me because I helped them. Okay. There was I was pretty excited when I got out of the training yesterday, right? If you work just for money, you'll never make it. But if you love what you're doing, success will be yours. Ray Kroc. Saw somebody else was quoting on Ray Kroc today, and I heard two people quoting Ray, talking about Ray Kroc today. My pastor did it, and somebody on YouTube. How about that? How about that? That's confirmation right there. That's the Spirit talking. Okay. Ray Kroc was in midlife, right? And then the pastor was saying, most people don't even know who Ray Kroc is, but they sure know about what he created. They're talking about the guy in the video today saying, he's, Ray Kroc. And yes, when he went to talk to a university, a business school, right? And then asked him what business they thought he was in. And they all had all kinds of different answers. But what his answer really was I'm in the real estate business. Okay. But think about that. If you're a mortgage, or if you're a commercial lender, you get this totally, right? That piece of dirt is worth so much. Okay. But what you do with it makes it more. Commercial property is valued by its cash flow, right? So you can actually bring up the value of property by lowering expenses and increasing the cash flow. You can bring up the value of people. Oh, that's so exciting. You can bring up the value of people by helping them reduce their expenses and increasing their cash flow. Like nothing else out there. I love to teach kids how to box, or little boys how to ride a bicycle, right? They're scared out of their mind, right? They're unsure. You got to hang on. I got you, right? Then they start pedaling, right? They just go a little faster, and you're taking your hand up. They don't even know it, right? Maybe they're doing it by themselves. They don't even know it. Okay, you ready? Ready, go! And they take off, and then they don't even need you, right? Right? Well, when you help somebody get it together with their finances, they knock down some debt, right? Or they start building up in their accounts, right? Their confidence goes up, right? They start sticking their chest out, hold their head up higher. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. Okay, and that's really interesting. It makes sense why a lot of people come to our business after being customers for a while, because they start getting confident. They've got it. That nobody's ever say, Well, why would I listen to the fruit of the tree? I'm like, hey, listen, I got my plan. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. And you know what? Most people out there, you do the 4 boxes, right? So you got the rate of return, you got the security with the floor, you got the tax advantages and the living benefits with long-term care and catastrophic illness. Hey, nobody else has got that. There's nobody with real estate got that. There's nobody with stocks and futures and forex and cryptocurrency. They ain't got that. They don't have that, right? Yeah, we got that. All right. Can't touch this. All right. I hope that's feeding you for this Sunday. All right. We got what the millennials need and what they want, right? You can't refinance a renter. Okay, you can't sell a house to somebody who's got trash credit and no reserves, right? No money, right? You got to find the right person. Now if they have, you can look at them. Some people, and we can do it like nobody else can, and you can help rearrange things. It's like playing solitary. You just start sorting out the deck and get it in order, and now you got someone. Now you got them power, right? And that's what we do for our associates. Man, when you're doing the fast start, what are you doing? You're getting their financial house in order. You're getting the information for the financial needs analysis and helping them figure out what they got to do, right? You help them get their marketing plan going. They get their list, right? And you start helping them talk to their people, right? And then get their license, right? So now, they can make money, right? And there's no other consulting or coaching business out there like this. None. Absolutely none. And we don't charge them. They can't get that from anywhere else, right? I've heard people talking about coaches, and they did their coaches, and then they helped. They got down the road with them, right? But they didn't. You know what? Put that in the 4 boxes. See what they got in the 4 boxes. Compare that to any investment you can think of. Nothing can touch this. You hear me? All right. Have a great Sunday.